Welcome to HTML, CSS and JavaScript tutorial. The topic for today's session is HTML list. Now, what is HTML list? It is a collection of items that are going to get displayed in a format with bullet points. You can see how the list is looking here. Now, when we talk about list, we have two types of list, unordered list and the ordered list. So inside this list, we are going to use li tag, which will help us to add the list item. So when you talk about list, we have three tags which are used overall. One is li tag to add the list item and the categories. First, let's talk about which type of list we have. We have unordered list, which doesn't have any number, and we have ordered list, which comes with a number. Now, if you want to put item in both the list, you are going to use li tag. So, li tag is common for both the categories, ordered list also and unordered list also. Now, first, let's look at the ordered list or numbered list. Now, when you are using ol tag, you start with the ol tag, then you use li item, list item. The full form of li is list item. You put the name, what you want to add, and then you close your li tag. Once all your items are done, you can close your ordered list tag. So this is going to give the numbering. You always start with OL, that is ordered list. You put the list items and then you close your ordered list. This is how the output will be. Now let's talk about unordered list. When you are writing unordered list, there is bullets around the item. So you will start with unordered list writing. And then what you will do, you put the list items inside it and you close your unordered list. Now, when you talk about list item makers, what is the meaning of list item makers is, for unordered list, we don't have the numbers. We just get the bullets. Bullets keep coming up, right? If you put any item. So if you want to change that type needs to be changed. We have 4 of them. First is disk, that is your circle. Disk shape is there, then we have circle shape, then we have square, and if you put none, it is not going to get marked. So let's see how this styling is done. This is called styling your list. So if you want disk to be there, so in ul tag you will put your style and you will put your list style type disk. This is the syntax. Once we do the program, it will be easier for you to understand. And this is how the item is. So the main purpose of showing this was that styling is done in unordered list tag. The styling is not done on list item. If you do it here, it gets applied on all the list items. Then we have circle. So you just change the style type to circle and the circle will come up here. Then you put your square. The square will be visible in the output. Now the different type of list which now we are going to see is the definition list. Or you can call it as a description list. If you want to define something, you want to present something in the kind of a definition format, you are going to use this list. So here we have 3 types of tag. First is DL, which defines the starting of the list. Then we have DT, that defines term for which you are writing the definition. Then you have DD tag, which defines the term description. So whatever your definition term is, it is going to give the description of it. So the 3 tags which are important here is DL, DT and DT. Let's look at it in detail. So you are writing DL. We have seen DL, description list. So this says the computer that our description list is started from here. In that you are going to put your definition title. What is the title? Then you put the definition description. What should be the description? And you close them. Don't forget to close your tag. Once this is done, you close your description list. We are going to execute this. Now, next type of list which we see on our screen is HTML nested list. It is a list within another list. If there is one list inside another list, we call it as a nested list. Example, you want a bulleted list inside a numbered list, then you will call it as a nested list. It means the basic idea of this is if you want to combine 2 types of lists together. That is HTML nested list. I'll show you the output. This is how it looks. We will try to execute it and see how it works. Let's go to the execution part. I'll open Sublime I have written the basic structure of HTML. Let's start with ordered list first. In my body tag, I'll write OL tag. I'll close my ordered list tag. Okay. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to give the heading in every of them because I want it to get represented nicely so that you understand the difference. I'll close my H1 is closed. Okay. Now OL was for ordered list. Now let's add list item. Then we put new item. Let's add third item. Okay, let's try to save this as 4. Now you can see I'm not writing .html because here save as a type HTML is already there. So if HTML is already there, you will just save it. You have to always check the file type. Now let me show you. See, it is saved as a HTML type only. I'll execute this. So you can see how the ordered list is displayed, right? Now let's do unordered list here. I'm going to come after this. Let's take this on the top so that you understand better. Now let's start with H1 again. I'm going to give it name as unordered list. Unordered list. I'll close H1. And here I'm going to give the break because I want little bit break so you understand the code better. Now in unordered list, I'm putting the same list item. Items will be same, but just we will get numbers. So let me put here unordered list, and after my list items, I'll close them. Let's save this. Let's go here and check. You can see the items are same, but here we have the number, here we don't have the number. Correct? Now when we are on unordered list, you can change the style for unordered list. Let's go to the code and let's change it. So where we change in this UL. You write style equal to, in your double quotes you are going to put list style type. So I'm going to give the name disk. My first type is going to be disk. Let's run and see. So the disk was already there. Now let's just change the type. I'm going to give the heading here so that you see how it is working. Okay. I'll use subheading H3. So I'll write disk type. Why I'm writing this disk type? So that you know this is for the disk type code. Now we are going to do the same for different type. You can just copy paste this and I'll change the type to now square, or we'll do circle. Let's do circle and then we will try square. Circle. Now let's try for square, same thing. I'm writing this heading so that we understand it better in the output, if it is going well or not. I'll change here to square. We can see how disk type and unordered list, ordered list, square, everything is there, right? So please look at it carefully. Now we will again go to the code, and what we are going to do now is we will see how the ordered list type is given. We will write type equal to, one was already there. I am going to give it as A now. Let me run and show you. We can see ABC is there. So this way we will do for all of them. Let's try for First I'm going to give the heading 2 also, or heading 3, saying alphabet. Uppercase I'll write. This is for your understanding I am writing. So we have done the uppercase. Now let's try for the lowercase a. We will write for lowercase, and here we will just put OL type A. Keep break tag so that there is a space in between. So you have seen uppercase, we have seen lowercase, we have seen 1, 2, 3 number. Let's put the Roman number and try now. It will be here. So I'm just going to give the heading Roman numbers. Roman numbers. And here in the type, I'll use I. Let's save our program and check the output. You can see uppercase, lowercase, Roman numbers. You can do the Roman numbers in lowercase also. You can write here uppercase, Roman numbers. Now you can do here lowercase Roman numbers also. I'll name this as lowercase Roman numbers. And here I'm going to write small I. You can see how the Roman number is there. So we have seen 3 types in ordered list also, 3 to 4 types. Then we have seen few types in unordered list also. Now we are going to start with the description list or the definition list. In that we have seen 3 types of tags are used. DL, DT and DD. Let's see how it works. I'm going to give the heading. Here I'll give heading. I'll give the name as a description list. And we will try to execute it. Now, so the code for description list, the first tag which is DL, to tell the computer that this is description list. Now, how do we give the definition term? Using DT. HTML. I'm going to give the tag. I'm going to close this and I'm going to write DD. Definition description. HTML is hypertext markup language. I'll close my term. Once I've closed this, I'm going to start with the next definition, that is CSS. I'm going to close this, and in DD we will write CSS is cascading style sheet, and then we will close DD. This way you have closed your tag. We will save it and we will run the code. We can see how we have 2 things in the style of definition terms. We have 2 things in the type of definition term. Now the last thing which we will see is about the nesting list. I am just going to come below this and we will give the different heading as in H1 nested list, and we will close the H1. In nested list, we are going to start with ordered list. Ordered list. I'll close the ordered list. So now inside ordered list, I'm going to put the list item. Consider I write Delhi. I'm not closing my list item. Now inside this, again I'm putting unordered list item. Please observe when I'm closing the tag, when I'm not closing the tag. I started my unordered list and then I am writing the capital of it. That's New Delhi. Now I'm going to write LI. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my unordered list after putting the item here. I'm not closing my ordered list, correct? Because I want to add more items. So once we have closed this, we can start with the new item. Li. Wait, let me just close this Li. Yes. So we have written this. We will start unordered list. We will put list item in it. We will write our word and we will close list item. Now what we will do is we will close our unordered list. We will close our list item and our ordered list is closed. Now let's save and see this much. You can add more items. You can see first there is ordered, inside that there is unordered list. So let's do the little bit revision of what we have learned today. We have learned ordered list. In that you get the numbers, you get the sequencing. It can be in the uppercase, it can be in the lowercase, it can be in uppercase Roman number, it can be in lowercase Roman numbers. And the default one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then when we talk about unordered list, there are no numberings on unordered list, but you can give different types of symbols, that is disk type, circle type and square type. The next type of list which we learned is description list. In that we are writing definitions using that type of list. The next was nested list. When we want to merge two types of lists together, when you want to combine them together, you're using nested list. Thank you so much.